that reflects the date of prophecy. He was around from 1451 to 1481.
Yeah?
It does? What is it to say in the Bible exactly?
Well, what verse this is coming off of? This is coming off Revelation chapter 9, verse 15.
Revelation 9. Okay.
And Uriah Smith developed it. There was and I've got the documents with me. It's also in the new CD-ROM I just gave you. That no, it's not. Let's see. It comes off the Ministry Magazine website, I should say. In 1944, June and July, the Seventh-day Adventist Church commissioned a study by Grace Amadon. Grace Amadon's father was a worker with Uriah Smith in the Review and Herald at Battle Creek, and he was in the office. He wasn't a noted person, but you see his name sprinkled throughout the writings. He was a worker, and Grace, his daughter, never got married, and she worked for the General Conference, and she came out in June and July of 1944 documenting the concept of Islam in the Bible all the way from the time of Martin Luther. And in that documentation she developed, she started with Martin Luther and went by centuries all the way down through the 1940s of all the Protestant theologians that recognized Revelation chapter 9 was Islam. And today, in 2012, most Seventh-day Adventists don't teach it, don't believe it, and deny the existence of it that was ever taught. But our archives are full of that information. And when you can share with a Muslim, because a Muslim says our Bible's corrupted, and you can't argue that position to win it. You just can't. It's impossible. But when you can show them in Bible prophecy how God used their side of the family in a positive way to protect Martin Luther during the Reformation, and how Muhammad had a sword, yes, but that wasn't a sword from the devil. It was a sword from God to be in place to draw the armies of the Pope of Rome to the Muslims. It gave the time of Martin Luther, when he was alive in Melanchthon, time to grow. It went into Norway, Sweden, and it went into England. And so once it got into the Scandinavian countries and got into England, then the Reformation was set. Well, then from that time on, from the time that Martin Luther died, you'll notice that the Ottoman Empire had a flat in there was no more trajectory in their advancement, and they started just kind of decline, because the reason for their existence was for this very reason, that these cannons were created by a European who tried to sell this concept to the European powers. They denied it. They didn't want it. And so he came here and sold it to the Muslims. He cast it across the Dardanelles and across the Bosporus here in the dirt. That's why you see this. I assume this is what it's from. Is from dirt got in there, but the casting was in the dirt, and I suppose they did with sand. And anyway, this is very significant in world history. Anybody who wants to believe the Bible.
Amazing.